Okay, part 3 of how I evolved from pastor to priestess. Okay, let's talk about it. So I was in this marriage and I began to have like such a spiritual awakening, and I wasn't happy. I wasn't at peace. However, I was married to my greatest teacher. And when I say my greatest teacher, the experiences that I had in that marriage were all like divine alarms that I had set to wake me up, to help me remember who I am. And obviously I didn't, at that point in time, I wasn't in love with myself. I didn't love me. I didn't know my worth. I compromised. I was a people pleaser. I wanted everybody else to be happy no matter how I felt. I took more than I needed to. And over the course of that relationship, I lost my voice. I would take whatever, my whole focus was, okay, you know, as long as everybody else is happy, as long as he's happy, as long as my children are happy, then that's okay. And my worth, my value, my peace, none of that really mattered. I'll be okay. I'll be all right. I'll get over it. It's okay. I can, as long as they're happy, I can stomach it. I can deal with it. And a lot of that mindset came from the Christian upbringing that I had, that I could endure, because love is pain. Love is gonna hurt, right? Love, if you really love somebody, you're gonna stick it out. You're gonna endure. And when I tell you that's not love, that is not love. Because if you truly love someone and they're hurting, you cannot fathom the idea of knowing that you're the one causing them pain and you still be at peace, or you still be happy, or you still continue the same pattern that's hurting them. It's not love. That's narcissism, rooted, deeply rooted in the Christian upbringing, in the Christian dogma. Now, I'm gonna tell you who I've been listening to. Queen Erin is hilarious. I'm gonna make sure I tag her. Queen Erin is hilarious in her breakdown about a lot of the stories. It just things that just didn't make sense, but to us at the time when we were in it, it was everything. It made so much sense. So anyway, I digress. Now, here I am. I make this decision to leave a 15-year marriage because I'm choosing me. And did that mean that it was not going to hurt me? No. Did it mean that I left because I didn't love him? No. It just meant that I needed to learn to love me more. I needed to learn my worth. I needed to learn my value. And although he had made a lot of strides and tried to change, the patterns were still there. And those patterns were the patterns that I needed to face and face and face until I said, you know what? I deserve better. And I'm not gonna stay here any longer. I'm gonna go make these things happen for me. I'm gonna go bring myself peace. I'm gonna go make sure that I know who I am. And as I did that, I just remembered just little things. You remember little cartoons when you were younger? And they would have an angel and a devil on the shoulder of a person, and the face on the devil was the same face that's here, and the face on the angel was the same face that was here. And the reality was, there's only me. There's only that. I'm the only person that exists in my reality. And all of these other beings are just supporting characters that I created to help remind me, to help me find out who I truly am. There are reminders along the way. There are little alarms that are set to trigger the remembrance of who I am. And because I understand I have light and dark, I have ups and downs, I have that's all within me. I'm the only one that exists. There's nothing outside of me. And once I realized that there's nobody in the sky sitting in a chair or sitting on some throne on these gold streets waiting on me to just fly up there, or somehow, I don't know. Once I realized that all of that was just an allegory to help me understand some other principles, the game changed. The game changed. No longer could I be controlled or scared to do certain things. And so I left a 15-year marriage, and I really figured out who I was, and I began to love on me. And it hurt like hell. When I say it was the hardest thing that I ever had to do, but the day after my divorce was final, the very next day, I had entered Priestess portal with Erin Lyons, and I've shared this story before. I entered Priestess portal with Erin Lyons, and her husband Adewale did a reading with me the very next day. I didn't know him from Adam or Eve, didn't know her either. However, neither one of them knew anything about me. I just happened to run across her page. Maybe my daughter had sent me her page some months prior. I followed her over here and there, nothing major. She announced, I have this Priestess portal coming up. I don't know what the Priestess portal is. All I know is it's for women. And here I am making a big life change. I know I need to be in the comfort of some women who could probably help support me through this. That's all I knew. That's the only reason why. I didn't know what else I was getting into it for, besides I know that I need to make this change and I need support. So her husband does this reading the day after. And a lot of people, it's tough for a lot of people to read me, probably because I am, it's just tough for them to read me. And so I was like listening to him and I'm like, how you know? And he was like, who was this? He knew that I had just come out of this relationship. He knew that the relationship had changed me. He knew that, I mean, all of these things without me telling him. And then of course he went into other layers. He went into, my galactic lives. He went into my angelic realms. He read my Akashic. Like, it was amazing. And I thought, okay, I'm in the right place. And so I went through the Priestess portal, and it was a lot of information, things that you could bring over. So when you realize that a lot of these, a lot of what's in Christianity was pulled from our ancient cultures and just kind of repackaged with a patriarchal, narcissistic view, you'll understand that it's a bunch of bullshit. Okay, so I'm in here and I'm learning a lot of things, and I'm listening, and I'm like, okay, and the women are there, and we're having weekly meetings, and everything is cool, and I'm feeling okay. Like, I'm feeling okay. It gave me something to look forward to every week, because you got to remember, I just left this 15-year marriage. So, I have, my emotions are all over the place. I'm sad one day, trying to be happy the next day, trying to figure out how to, reestablish my relationship with my ex. He's still hurting, so a lot of his actions were kind of just intentional to try to get a reaction from me. It was a lot going on, but I stayed committed. And we had a retreat at the end of our portal, and I did a video. We went to Sedona, Arizona, and we climbed Red Rock Mountain. And when I tell you, that climb up that mountain, you know how Jesus went up the Mount of Transfiguration, that character, that mountain changed me. That mountain was life changing for me. Do you understand? Like, just the clarity, the reality check of I did all of this just to get to this moment. I fought for me. Every single decision, whether you consider it good or bad, there's no such thing as good or bad, but every decision, every move that I made was intentional to get me to this moment, to see that I am the most important being on the planet. I am the most powerful being on the planet. I am the main character of my story. Abundance is my birthright. I don't need anybody to take care of me. I can take care of myself. How? I can sit here and think a thought and it become a reality. That's how powerful I am. Listen, when I understood the magic that I had in my hands, why when I move my hands, energy shifts. When I had that revelation going up that mountain, I forgave so many people. I forgave my ex. I forgave his mom. It was just like such a release of letting go of burdens and resentment and anger and rage that I had carried for so many years. And I just let it go. Now, that was layers of letting go. I had been letting go periodically, but going up that mountain was like the final release of so much. And I was able to birth the newest version of me. The version of me that could walk with my head held high. The version of me that could walk knowing that I am all that was, all that is, and all that ever shall be. The version of me that no longer gave a fuck what people thought about me. I don't care if you like me or don't like me. I don't care if you think I'm crazy. I don't care if you think I'm gonna die and go to hell. Find the hell that you want me to die and go to, and I'll be there. When you can find it, I'll meet you there. Until then, I done been through hell, baby. I done went and got the key. Whatever, I've done it. I went through it. And so there's nothing that anybody else outside of me can tell me that's gonna happen to me. So I don't care. Like, I no longer care about that. I am focused on being the best version of me, meaning how much love can I give myself? Because as I love myself, it overflows into every other version of me that exists on this planet. Stay tuned for the next part. I think we're going on part 4, maybe.